Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and if you watch the channel for any length of time, you know that I'm a big fan of Roaring Fire. They make tons of great EDC gear and organizers and tool rolls, etc. But Roaring Fire, they like to use different cloth, Oxford cloth, wax canvas, nylon, etc. I've done a video on this Dagon EDC day pack. I use this daily. It's just a great overall pack. It's got a couple of features, you know, should you need to utilize those, but I'm not here to talk about the pack. I'm here to talk about a couple of their new organizers. Now they come out with different kinds. You can see the difference between, say, the nylon ones and the waxed canvas, so you get a great what I call a touch of gray. It doesn't stand out. You're not walking around looking all tactical, even though it might have some tactical features. But they have a lot of cool names too: the Smolder, the Pico Fire, the Dispatch, the Firelight, the Ember Pro. But what I'm going to talk about first of all is this little guy. This is the Firelight. This is an EDC pack. I think I've done a video on it. I have carried this a ton, just outfitted it with a handful of cool small utility tools. Little tiny guy, super solid. They use YKK zippers, and this just goes everywhere with me. Totally innocuous. But they've got some others. This one I'm going to actually retire from its current job, and this one used to carry my spot locator. I also have a Garmin InReach, one of the larger ones, and a small one, but I'm switching over to cell phone because that seems to be getting good reviews, so I'll find another use for this little guy here. As you can see, you know, there are lots of choices, lots of sizes. This little small one, the Pico Fire, great organizational wallet, should that be what you want. But here's what I'm going to talk about today, and it's kind of got me excited. Mostly that one. Let's talk about this one. This is what they call their Fire Ridger waist pack. Now, I've used a lot of small waist packs. I use them both, well, around my waist, around my shoulder as a sling bag, but also wrapping it around a backpack, so as if the backpack was your waist, and they work great. But one of the things I'm interested in is, do they have any kind of special pockets, you know, in case you want to carry your stapler in somewhat of a, I don't know, hidden mode, I guess, plus good organization, so you can easily get stuff without having to kind of dump it out in order to find the things. And this one actually does. It's got a fairly stout 1.5 inch waist belt. That can be good or bad. It can be bad if you've got a big belly and this is wrapped around and it kind of, you know, bends over the top of it. It can be really good to take the weight off and allow you to snug it up nice and tight. I like it if I'm using it on a backpack or as a sling bag, because they do make good sling bags as well. And then it's got just enough tactical should you want that. A lot of these, you know, they have a touch of gray that I appreciate. They don't stand out. They don't look like you're carrying something, you know, maybe questionable. Instead, they give the same function, but they don't necessarily give away maybe what you are carrying. But let's talk about this. This one is what they call the Dispatch IFAK, or Individual First Aid Kit IFAK. And what I've been doing is transitioning one of my existing IFAKs into this to try it out. And one of the things I like about it, it's similar to very large ones, where if I pull this and pull this, you can see I can access everything quite rapidly. So what I'm doing is exploring the operation. You know, how easily can I get things? How secure are they? You know, moving things that I may want first right up to the top. Whether or not I can fit or, you know, put in the things that I need. Always have a pair of like 3x reading glasses, you know, great for surgery, especially under a light. Where's my light? I've got one little flashlight there. Got to have your trauma snips, razor knife. Keep this. Now this is going to supplement probably an EDC bag. This is just something I want to have with me. You can see I've got my cat tourniquet on the outside, Fisher Space Pen for writing on things, New Skin. I've got a couple of those. I use those a lot. Lighter. This is probably one of the more used things I carry. If you don't have one, you know, ask a pharmacist or something, but just a syringe for irrigation, for cleaning out eyes. It does get used a surprising amount. Moleskin and Band-Aids are probably the next thing that gets used the most. So, you know, I could have a really highly detailed one. I do have much bigger IFAKs, but in reality, something like this it just needs to be handy, it needs to be simple, everything needs to be visual, so you can immediately see it. I've got a few pouches I haven't decided exactly what to do with yet, but it's a lot of fun because this is an excellent design. Just a super simple, highly functional, small design, but again, it doesn't stand out as anything super tactical. Carry it, you can anchor it here. This isn't going to open it up, but should you need to open it, or even if you mount it like on the back of a seat, sometimes I do it on the back. In fact, I have a Roaring Fire seat cover, or back seat cover that actually allows me to attach things using MOLLE, but to be able to immediately open it without dumping everything. I mean, everything's still secure. Well, that one need to work on. Oh, that's one thing I was going to mention is I'm going to put cord locks on these to tighten these up. At the moment, they just have a knot. To me, that would be a bigger thing because stuff can move around. These are in pretty tight. This one I had to wrap around on this end to keep it from sliding out the end. But overall, I'm dialing it in, and you know, I use a lot of different first aid kit designs. In fact, I've got piles of them. I've done things. There's one of the stock ones. Here's one of the super basic old school medical kits. This thing has been around the world. As you can see, it's coming apart, but much of the same stuff, just inside, but harder to get to. You have to dig around. And then I've got others. This is the one I'm cannibalizing. It's actually a 511, but I couldn't get things in and out very easily. I sort of had to dump it or dig around, or when I loaned it out to other people, they couldn't see what was in here, so they'd say, I don't know, where are your Band-Aids? Well, they couldn't find them, and that was the thing they needed the most. But anyway, just showing you that. I think these are going to go on sale for Black Friday, but if not, or this is long since, you know, Black Friday ended, this is a excellent design so far. Everything that I throw at it, it seems to be able to work with. It's kind of surprising how big it is for how small it is, but overall, Roaring Fire knocked it out of the park again. Let me know your thoughts and what you use. And with that, Doc out.